Good morning from the Dewdrop Inn, Rocky Top. This is my first YouTube video, and I'm a little nervous to be honest with you. But I wanted to tell you all about the Dewdrop Inn in Rocky Top. So first things first, Dewdrop Inn is not an inn. It is not a hotel. It is not an Airbnb. It is not a bed and breakfast. It's just a private home that we've always called our homes Dewdrop Inn and wherever we were. So this is Dewdrop Inn Rocky Top. And what I want to do with these videos is tell stories, tell jokes, share some recipes, just share information, just general morning over a cup of coffee chit-chat. So here we go. So the Dewdrop Inn Rocky Top is run by our general manager, the cat. And if you have ever had a cat, you know the cat's in charge. The cat owns the house, the cat sets the schedule, etc., etc. Our general manager's name is Ty. Sometimes I call him Ty Ralph. And somehow, at times when he's being a real beast, I call him Poophead. Anyway, so let me see if I can get the camera turned around so you can meet Ty Ralph Gill. Hold on a minute. There is Ty Ralph Gill in all his cat glory. He's a really good kitty, but he is insistent on having things the way he wants them. Alrighty, I'm back. So, first things first, I want to give a shout out to my cousin's husband, Chris. Chris is now having bypass surgery in Maryland, and so we're all rooting for him. We know he's going to be fine, but we are praying for him. So if you'd like to pray for him too, his name is Chris. Okay, then. So let me tell you a little bit about Rocky Top, where we live. It's not really in Rocky Top, but we do live on a rock, and we do live in the middle of the forest, kind of. Well, there's a forest around us. We have quite the beautiful land, beautiful scenery, beautiful everything, actually. So right now it's about 68 degrees and very little wind, thank goodness. We had a fire up on another mountain yesterday and the day before, but thankfully they've got it under control. It's put out. Sadly, there are 36 families who have lost their homes. So anyway, right now we're in a severe drought climate. It's been dry most of the summer, so we have to be very careful up here with our little fire pit fires and etc. Even a cigarette will start a fire, and if the wind kicks up like it did yesterday, we've got a mess on our hands. So anyway, that's that news for today. In a little while, I'm going to go estate sailing with my neighbor next door. She and her husband love to go estate sailing. It's really big around here, and you get to know your way around much more easily. But in the meantime, I've started my book. Yep, I'm writing a book. And I'm learning a program on how to organize the book, even though the whole book is already in my head. My brother told me a long time ago that he always knew there was a book in my head. Well, it finally came to me, so that's a good thing. And of course, I'm doing this YouTube broadcast, which is kind of scary, actually. I don't like being on camera. I do talk a lot. Well, not so much. Anyway, so I am the Director of Happiness, always have been the Director of Happiness for the Dewdrop Inn. What does that mean? Well, I just, on the spur, organize gatherings and organize adventures and so on and so forth, and then I invite everybody to come along. And Dewdrop has had some really, really, really awesome adventures. So, and I'll tell you about this in a later broadcast. So, my adventures, like I said, for today are estate sailing and working on my book. I decided that with the coming of winter here, it would be a good time to finish a sweater that I've been working on for 10 years. 10 years, you heard that right. And it's sleeves, sleeves kill me. I'm kind of thinking about making it just a vest because I've got the front and the back. So easily I could stop working on this 10-year project and have a vest. I might do that. I also signed up to do prayer shawls for the church. So they go quick and easy, so I'll probably be good at that. And I'm going to work on my book and work on these YouTube videos from the Dewdrop Inn. Tell you all about my adventures. We have adventures just going places, and we have adventures in cooking, and we have adventures in watching television programs. I tend to binge watch certain things, but I'd like to stop doing that. I really need to be outside. The weather's so beautiful here right now, so I'm going to quit doing that. Maybe I'll even take you on a walking tour of where the Dewdrop Inn is. So, if there's things you want to see, you want to talk about, you want me to talk about, I'm happy to do it. So like me, follow me. I might even post some things in writing on Facebook. I'm thinking about starting the Dewdrop Inn Facebook page. So if you're on Facebook, give me about a week and I'll have that all set up. So anyway, so Ty Ralph Gill is a cross-eyed, blue-eyed combination Siamese and another cat whose name I forget right now. Anyway, but he's a lovey thing. The only thing is that he doesn't like to be picked up. He doesn't like to be held. But he likes to cuddle at night and slap up against me. So we keep each other warm that way. Let's see, what else can I tell you about here? So maybe behind me you can see, yep, let me do that, yeah. Giraffes. I love giraffes. Yes, I do. I love giraffes. And I love baby goats. They make me laugh. So I might talk about that. If you've never been to North Carolina, close to Asheville, Flat Rock it's called, there is Carl Sandburg's home, and his wife was a master goat herder. And the goat farm is still there. And so they have all these cute little baby goats. They're so funny. Sometimes they're in little jammies and they jump around the yard. I mean, there's a lot of baby goats there. And they have a store that sells goat soap, of course, and other goat products. But the goats, I mean, you can walk among them and it's just too fun. So I may have to get a picture of some baby goats. Okay, I digress. And I want to tell you that I digress a lot. My brain goes so fast that I have all kinds of things in my head. Speaking of that, I have a neighbor who gave me a whole bunch of apples, and I've got to figure out what to do with these apples before they go bad. Okay, I can make applesauce. I can, that's easy. I can make apple pie filling. Well, the thing about that is, for one person, what would I do with the apple pie filling? I'm trying to stay on a diet, so I certainly don't need to eat pies, although I like pies, and I like apple pies. However, yeah, nah, I think I shouldn't do that. Applesauce, maybe I could give that away. Okay, that's a plan. So last winter, I was very much into canning. I made bone broth. I made split pea soup. I made ham soup. I made jelly. It didn't gel. I made, what else did I make? I can't remember. I digress. So the canning of the milk, really interesting. And I did try it this year, and it was good. I learned that you can take 2% milk, and you can can it in a certain way. It has to be done with a pressure canner. And it tastes just like creamy whole milk. So this year, instead of doing it in quarts, I'm going to do it in pints, because that way my intention is to use it for cooking. When we first got up here, there was a bit of a shortage of things like butter and milk. And of course, since COVID, everything has gone up with inflation. So having milk when it's on sale and you don't want it to go bad, can it? Anyway, so beautiful day here. Beautiful, beautiful blue skies. And I'm looking forward to going out and going estate sailing with my neighbor. I've promised myself that I'm not going to spend one dime. Not one dime? Nope, nope, nope. Because I am the kitchen gadget maven. I have so many gadgets. I have 2 crock pots. One's big, one's small. I have a sous vide. I have a pressure cooker. I have an Instapot. I have an air fryer that fries and bakes and dehydrates. Don't do that in there, though. And I have, let's see what else. Full set of pots and pans, including cast iron. I have a stew pot. I just have a lot. So do I need any more? I don't think so. My closet? Well, people shop in my closet. So I sure don't need clothes. What do I need? You know what? I just don't need anything. I've got more coats, more sweaters, more shoes. I just don't need anything, but it sure is tempting. I digress. I got to get going, but I wanted to say hi and introduce myself. My name is Suzanne. So like me, follow me, and send me messages, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks.